Up next.
On a glorious journey to great academic heights, you need a university that will guarantee you hopes of employment without sweltering in a pool of job hunts. I present to you Ndejje University. We are an Anglican university endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Mengo Hospital. With well-coordinated learning programs ranging from day, evening, weekend, in-service and e-learning, the globally recognized university offers job market competing courses that will surely light your academic path. Our various undergraduate and graduate programs include Business Administration and Management, Engineering and Survey, Basic Sciences and Information Technology, Education, Environment and Agricultural Sciences, Arts, Health Sciences, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
Get noticed, advertise with us. Call 0714-474-433 or 0759-728-168 to place your bookings now. Ndejje University TV is available on free-to-air, GoTV, and Your TV. Follow us on Facebook, Ndejje TV Live, Twitter at Ndejje TV Live, Instagram, Ndejje TV Live, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ndejje University TV. Ndejje University TV, your source of knowledge and wisdom.
Coming up, Best Researchers awarded at Ndejje University Research Symposium. Government needs 80.4 billion for pre-medical interns, says the Minister of Health. And in sports, Uganda Lacrosse Cranes participates in World Lacrosse Men's Championship. This and more on Live at 8. Welcome, this is Live at 8 at Ndejje University TV. My name is Grace NABUKENYA with the news in details. The Directorate of Research and Innovation at Ndejje University organized their first research symposium at the university's Kampala campus in Mengo under the theme, Generating Scientific Evidence for Socio-Economic Transformation. Let's have a look.
A number of stakeholders gathered at Ndejje University for it is when the first research symposium organized to generate scientific evidence for socio-economic transformation. The first part of the ceremony began with the prayer session led by Reverend Juliet Kansime, the Deputy Chaplain at Ndejje University, Kampala campus, who emphasized to the congregation that it is always useless for students to acquire knowledge from school and fail to seek for wisdom from God.
This is what it talks about. Getting facts before answering anything. That is what we call, for me, this is what I call research. Getting facts. You get facts about something. You do not just come out to say something. Some people are just adamant about researching and getting facts. They just don't want. But research, you must dig further. That is research. I said to get the facts before you speak, before you do the presentation, before you answer anything, get the facts. Secondly, be open to new ideas. That is learning. Learn something. Be open to new ideas. When someone gives up something, can you learn something? Even in this gathering, the spiritual gathering, it is, yes, I know, it is academic, but can you learn something from this and add on the academic papers? That is learning. And lastly, but not last, make sure that you hear from both sides of the story. And for me, in research, that's what I termed as judgment and conclusions. Before you draw your conclusions in a book, before you draw anything, can you hear both sides? What does it say? That is judgment, and that is your own conclusion. So before you conclude, hear from what other people say. The questionnaires that you took out, how do they come? Yeah? What are the answers that I've got from those people? That is judgment and conclusion. I want to conclude by this, still the verse. An intelligent person seeks knowledge. Verse 15. An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks wisdom. Praise be to God. You acquire a lot of knowledge.
In her opening remarks, Dr. Primrose Nakaziwe said that innovation and research should be as a solution to the daily problems in the generation.
What do you have? If you are not knowledgeable and you are not even seeking for this knowledge, then you don't belong to this generation. This generation is a fast-moving generation in terms of knowledge. I don't know how many businesses have been put aside and closed, and in some of the big companies, they have even been declared bankrupt.
The academic registrar of Ndejje University, Dr. Wanda Mutyaba, also cautioned researchers at the university to be guided by their lecturers in order to come up with problem-solving solutions most so relevant to the problem their society is facing.
Members of top management, directors and deans, members of staff, students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this symposium organized by the Directorate of Research and Innovation. The university mandate is teaching and learning, research and innovation, community engagement. Universities are sources of knowledge. Professors and their learners are mandated to generate new knowledge on a regular basis. In universities, we guide students to get new knowledge and innovate ways of doing things better and more efficiently. Societal challenges in all sectors can be addressed by findings generated from scientific research. Research findings are helpful when they are disseminated. This is how evidence, strong findings can be applied to a wider population and can address regional and global challenges and provide solutions. Community engagement will be obvious when we can address their needs, and we are supposed to go down to them and improve the way they transact their operations. By our research and innovations, many communities and organizations will be drawn to the university.
The event was attended by lecturers, heads of departments, faculty deans, the director of the postgraduate school, the academic registrar, the deputy vice-chancellor, and the vice-chancellor of Ndejje University, Reverend Canon Professor Olivia Nasaka Banja, also the guest speaker of the day, who addressed the congregation and elaborated the relevance of having a research symposium as a platform to exhibit the students' research projects.
I worked with many students who I supervised for research, and for me, when you talk about generating scientific evidence for socio-economic development, I know and believe that the whole aspect of human capital development sits at the bottom of that process, and that the human capital is the force that propels research agenda in context. And so I thought that I could share with you some of my reflections on how we can engage in human capital development in our universities in terms of generating scientific evidence for research for economic development. Because as a university, this is our responsibility. And here I'm talking at the level of both postgraduate level, but someone who is curious can also use those same ideas with undergraduate students. So I have a simple topic, which is just a branch, a little branch within our big theme, which is generating scientific evidence for social.
Honorable Mluli Mukasa, the guest of honor, has been delegated by Mr. Buzeki Sharifa, the Commissioner for Public Service Inspection and Quality Assurance, who has assured Ndejje University of making support to the Ndejje University research projects a priority for as far as the Public Service Office is concerned.
Made by the Vice-Chancellor, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and other speakers at this symposium on the support needed from government have been noted. I will carry them to the Minister of Public Service for appropriate action.
However, presentations of research proposals and community outreaches, presentation of PhD research proposals by the Postgraduate School of Ndejje University, dissemination of research findings, and exhibition in different faculties are the major activities attended to in the symposium. Nina Namuleme, Henry Mugwanya, live at 8.
Ndejje University Research Department has awarded 3 of the best research groups in the Media Research Symposium with 5 million Ugandan shillings. Let's have more details.
Out of the 20 groups that participated in the research of the Media 2023 at Ndejje University, the Directorate of Research and Innovation at Ndejje University awarded 5 million Ugandan shillings to the best 3 research groups. In the first position, Mr. Kajo Francis, Mrs. Oroma Annabella, and Mrs. Jane Muthoni, a group that carried out research on the topic Rethinking Social Media, Empowering the Youth in Civic Engagement Using Social Media, were awarded.
Aroma and Jane Muthoni to come and receive your 5 million from the Deputy Vice Chancellor to accompany the DPC. So,
Mrs. Prosi Kaddu Namyalo, Mrs. Catherine Ndibalekera, and Mr. Chityo Ronald were ranked the second position researchers after their presentation of the topic Equity Determinants of Healthcare Service Utilization in National-Based Surveys Analysis.
Mr. Chityo, Miss Prosi Namyalo, and Catherine Ndibalekera.
Integrating relevant cultural practices with biblical standards is the topic that brought Reverend Katate David, Reverend Canon Serugo, Mrs. Mwebaza, and Mrs. Kankundwa Naomi into the third position, having taken a case study of last funeral rites of Buganda, which is known as Okwabya Olumbe.
The next group to receive the cash prize is Reverend David Katati, Reverend Canon Serugo, Gladys Mwebaza, and Naomi Kondake. These ones also receive a cash prize.
However, the University of North Carolina in USA, a partner with Ndejje University in the Summer School Students Exchange Program, has also been part of the symposium with its students engaging in a research project about malaria, taking Uganda being their case study.
We are doing field work with the Ndejje students, and Dean Saida and I are working on finalizing the preparations for our exchange program. So I hope to be back next summer. We've collected data this year on malaria, attitudes, behaviors, and perceptions of malaria treatment and preventive behaviors. And so we're going to use that data to create different interventions to address some of the issues in the communities around main campus in Ndejje.
The symposium was aimed at creating a platform for new findings and researches by Ndejje University. Henry Mugwanya, Davis Senkindu, live at 8.
The Minister of Health, Honorable Jane Ruth Acheng, has revealed that the government is in need of 80.4 billion Ugandan shillings for deployment of medical interns. She made this revelation at a sitting that was organized by the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Anita Among. Anslem Ojaru with more details.
The Minister of Health's statement on the intern doctors' deployment contradicted the one by her counterpart, the State Minister for Finance, Honorable Henry Musasizi, who had said that they had released 22 billion for the deployment of pre-medical doctors.
Yes, the issue at hand, which we addressed with the Committee on Health, was in regard to the outstanding for this financial year, which involves 1,900 interns. We noted that the number of interns keep growing every other year, and that is why in the budget speech, we said we have paid 22 billion, and going forward, we want to agree with the stakeholders involved to see how to manage this issue of interns.
Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, however, said that the 22.9 billion is not for the deployment of the 1,901 pre-medical interns, but to pay arrears for the 935 interns who had completed internship in April.
In Nakasero, we have 2,400 units, Masaka 535, Mbarara 390, Hoima 200, Jinja 150, Mbale 400, Gulu 250, Mengo 100, Lira 300, Soroti 300, Arua 200, Nebi 50, Kavale 270, Rukunjiri 172, Fort Porto 317, and Chitovu 350, giving us a total of 6,284 units available at this point in time. However, we must take note that there are areas which may go under stress very soon, and Nakasero Blood Bank will be able to redistribute the 2,400 it has, and currently they are collecting blood as well. So Right Honorable, that is in relation to blood. As regards interns, Right Honorable Speaker, we received 22.9 billion Uganda shillings, but that is not for deployment of the current interns. It is to pay arrears of interns who had completed internship and had not been paid.
That is the 1,900 interns.
No, Right Honorable. Those are the 935 interns who had completed internship in April this year. They had finished internship before they had gotten their payments. And also the senior house officers who are continuing, who had not been paid for a period of 4 months. So the 22.9 billion is to pay for their arrears. Now, for the 1,901 interns, we require 80.4 billion Uganda shillings to deploy them. And out of that money, Ministry of Finance gave us 8 billion for interns and 2 billion for senior house officers. So we are not able to deploy until we are sure that the 80.4 billion will be provided.
The minister's statement followed concern by the speaker, who had urged government to cater for the pre-medical interns whose pay was budgeted for in the 2022-2023 financial year. She said that she was aware that the interns were not yet paid and deployed despite the pledge by the finance minister to pay them during the 2023 National Budget Day speech.
The 1,900 interns that government promised to deploy, I am requesting that these interns, the 1,900 that we promised on a budget day, should be paid and should be deployed. I'm yet to hear from the Minister of Finance how far.
Medical interns have had a repeated series of protests due to, among other reasons, their delayed deployment as a requirement before completing their course practice. Anselm Ojaro, live at 8.
United Nations Environment Programme has for long taken action against pollution. We take a look at their actions against plastic pollution.
United Nations Environment Programme is the leading global voice on the environment. It provides leadership and encourages partnership in caring for the environment by inspiring, informing, and enabling nations and people to improve their quality of life without compromising that of future generations. UNEP recognizes the dangers of plastics and as such came up with an act that was to eradicate and decrease use of plastics in Uganda. The National Act 2009 prohibits importation, local manufacture, sales or use of plastic bags and material. In order to make the 3 R's a success, UNEP, in conjunction with the government, made the following strategies to curb the pollution. Sensitizing people about the dangers of using plastic bags and materials. This requires representatives moving, community meetings, print and electronic media, consensus meetings with stakeholders, traders, line ministries, manufacturers and electronic media, mobilization and sensitization of local government to implement the ban, sensitization of supermarkets to stop selling and distribution of plastic bags to opt more for paper bags, enforcement targeting distributors and rental outlets in Central, Western and East. About 180,000 kilograms of plastic bags were seized. In the new effort of making sure that 3 R's are implemented and put in action, which imposed producer extended responsibilities, where producers with the ability to pollute will hand the duty to follow management of their product through its life cycle. A mandatory condition to create recycling plants as well as follow up on material. A precaution for licensing new plastic manufacturing enterprises. Emphasis on media's environmental literacy campaigns to empower citizens with the right management information. The education sector took the lead by banning all plastic bags from institutions. UNEP is also using a number of programs on schools to sensitize about plastic pollution, such as eco schools, school environment education programs, associated schools network projects, and sustainability lifestyle education initiative. Grace NABUKENYA, live at 8.
Drug Hapana Initiative has held a second National Prefects Conference at Hotel Africana. Citizens around Kampala share with us on their opinion on how to stop drug abuse, especially in teenagers.
Drug abuse refers to the use of harmful chemicals for the purpose of creating pleasurable effects on the brain. In other words, drugs affect the body's nervous system, whereby they affect the way one thinks, feels, and behaves. Ugandan citizens have expressed their views on how to stop the abuse of drugs in social community and the reasons why people continue abusing drugs in their day-to-day lives.
I think the problem that has brought drug abuse in Uganda is people are not happy about them themselves.
Others say that unemployment is the main cause of drug abuse in the country. This is because people are redundant, as they don't have anything to do to keep them busy, thus resort to drugs. A male youth who spoke on condition of anonymity but recovered from drug use said he used to take substances to feel good and relax. Sensitization is suggested as one of the best ways to end drug abuse, as it teaches the harmfulness in using drugs.
For me, what I know, it is sensitization is the best way to sensitize and talk about those younger ones, how to conduct themselves in the society.
The government should also implement guidelines and strict laws to eradicate the increased drug use in the country. According to the report by the National Institute of Drug Abuse, 25% of mental cases in Uganda are due to drug abuse. It is said to be responsible for more accidents, crimes, health problems, and violence.
First and foremost, the government must implement some crucial orders of law to those who practice drug abuse in Uganda.
Yunus Kadu, live at 8.
The Uganda national lacrosse team, Lacrosse Cranes, will be starting their 2023 World Championship Expedition Group B schedule in San Diego. Raymond Kato with more details.
The 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship will be played in 107 games. The semi-finals and the medal games will be hosted on the University of San Diego Toledo University, and all the remaining games will take place on SDSU campus. 30 nations will compete in sunny San Diego over the next 10 days with their eyes on the ultimate prize. These 30 teams are split into 6 pools of 5, with the top 5 nations in the rankings making up Pool A. Top 2 Pool A teams will advance directly to the quarterfinals, while the remaining 3 teams from the pool will top 9 teams from different pools. Uganda Lacrosse Cranes is among the participants in World Lacrosse Men's Championship, and it is grouped in Group B, including Denmark, France, Japan, and Wales, making 5 teams in each group. The team left Uganda on the 16th of June 2023 and has since settled in well. The team is captained by Keith Rubangaken, a midfielder, who revealed their willingness to play their hearts out. It is of this case that the Uganda lacrosse attacking line has the immensely experienced players, which include Faison Subuga, Swaibu Melinga, Benjamin Ojok, and Finn Phillips. Uganda's first match is with Japan and will be facing France next on 24th of June, Wales on 25th June, and will end with the Group B stage game against Denmark. Lacrosse is a team sport played with a lacrosse stick and a lacrosse ball. It is the oldest organized sport in North America, with its origins with the indigenous people of North America as early as 12th century. Raymond Kato, Jacqueline Namuli, live at 8.
Thank you for watching. That has been Live at 8 with me, Grace NABUKENYA.